All right, and welcome in episode 26 of Are You Cirrus? I am meteorologist Andrew Dockery.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie Arnold here at WMBF News. Welcome back to our returning visitors.
Returning wherever you might be watching from. Yeah. We've got more countries. I was going to write them down, but we got a long list already of stuff to talk about. But I think it's up to 14 countries now.
Wow. You don't remember any of the other ones?
No.
Well.
I mean, I could probably pull it up as we talk to our guests, but that would be disrespectful of us as a host. I did write some things down, though, because we had a couple of people ask some questions in the chat. One of those, of course, was something you promised last episode, which he's already forgot. That's why I wrote it down. First off, September.
Yeah.
The most downloaded month. It beat August.
That's fantastic.
So
we had some good content in September, so that was nice.
Snowball here.
Yeah,
really excited about that. We are still the only 5-star weather podcast in South Carolina.
And the only weather podcast in South Carolina.
And that is how we claim our fame. Last weekend, there was a lot. It was like the kickoff for fall. What did Jamie do?
Nothing. Stayed home, did a little cooking. That was about it.
Yeah.
I try to do as little as possible on weekends. I had my mom come over on Sunday for lunch, and the first thing she said when she sat down, she said, "You hadn't looked good this week. You've got big bags under your eyes. You're tired." Like, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom.
It's been long weeks.
It's been long weeks. You know, we're kind of filling in here and there for Maddie Daddy.
Yeah.
Who's out on his paternity leave, but, you know, we're happy to do it.
Yeah, we are happy to do it. It only happens a couple times, and he should be taking advantage of it. By advantage of it, I mean no sleep. So hopefully you're watching this at 3 a.m., Matt. I went to the Irish-Italian International Festival in North Myrtle Beach.
That's always a good one.
It was like St. Patrick's Day 2.0.
Oh, it's crazy.
I thought it was going to be more Italian food.
No, it's a lot of Irish.
It's a lot of Irish.
Yeah, that's always a good event. North Myrtle Beach knows how to put on a good event.
They do. And then I went to Vintage Market Days, which was great. A lot of holiday stuff.
You do things.
I do.
You're a person who does things.
Well, Emily, I think, is like, she works at home, so it's like weekend gets here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Totally opposite.
And I want to stay inside and do nothing.
Yeah.
But here we are. You promised last week. Do you remember what you promised?
I have no clue.
You may even forgot this, but I had to make sure I wrote it down because one of our viewers in the live chat reminded us. I can't remember who it was. The Chili Festival story. You said, I have a funny story to tell about the Chili Festival.
Those people are crazy.
I knew that's what he was going to say. They're out of town now.
Yeah, they're out of town now. Those chili people are crazy. They asked me to be a judge 2 years ago for the chili cook-off. That's the big one. Everybody comes in from all over the country. And what's the guy from The Office?
Brian Baumgartner.
Yeah, comes in. He's like the main judge from, sort of the famous chili episode of The Office. Normally you do a judging kind of thing. You show up and you're like, here, taste a couple. They make you go to a class for like 2 hours on how to judge chili. When you're judging the chili, there's so many that you're like split up into groups and you're in this tent and you have like 30 chilies to taste. You're not allowed to speak to the other judges. You can only taste like one. You're not allowed to go back. You have to like fill out forms. They mail a certificate. Crazy. But I'm a certified chili judge. Like, literally, they send you a diploma.
Yeah, you got a card with it,
from, like, the American Chili Judging Society or something. Crazy.
Well, I remember when they first came and they asked us all, if you want to judge, here's the link. And I forgot all about it until, like, the weekend of, as I typically do. So I sent them an email. Hey, I'd love to judge at you. Let me know what time to be there. Well, I need you there Friday for a 3-hour course.
3-hour course on a Friday afternoon.
Before you can do it Saturday. I was like, I don't have 3 hours. I'm sorry.
No. I'm not going to lie. I skipped out about an hour and a half early on the class.
Ooh.
Because I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
I love it because Darion will tell you that he's proud of it. Like, he walks around with his badge.
With his little chili badge?
Yes, and says, I'm certified.
Well, good. Well, he can judge next time. And some of them, like, all of that, and then you judge a crappy chili with, like, alligator stew, alligator bits in it or something. No thanks.
Oh my goodness, hopefully they don't see this. If so, we are not WMBF. But yeah, the Chili Fest, I want to make sure we get to that story. I'm really excited about today.
Me too.
Because I think it could be an open book.
I'm excited.
You made fun of me because I had everything written down. That was
Yeah.
basically it. It
You're
was just
getting more and more
reminders.
prepared. I showed up 3 minutes ago.
We do record these in the morning. For those that are curious, the brains of the operation is what we should call today.
The brains.
The brains.
The brains. I like it.
If it wasn't for us, or if it wasn't for her,
We would be nothing. We would be a lot of things wouldn't happen. A lot of things. But we got to make sure that we get her out of her shell.
Yeah, and I'm going to make sure, I'll let you introduce her and kind of bring her to life here.
You ready? So, our guest is our morning show executive producer / I think we could probably call her executive producer of this podcast.
Oh, 100%.
/ pick up all the slack in the newsroom /
Help Jamie and Andrew out with everything.
Help Jamie and Andrew out with everything / really like drives our hurricane coverage from behind the camera.
/ writes our entire hurricane special.
Writes hurricane special. She does it all. She's amazing. So happy to call her a friend. Anya Carney joining us here this morning. Hi. She's so nervous.
She's not normally.
She's so nervous.
I am nervous.
Oh, and you're blushing just a little bit.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
yeah. No, I'm not normally in this.
You're not normally in front of the camera.
Yeah.
We're in front of a mic.
This
Oh, look at you. You're so
might be the
scary
first.
right now.
Okay, so for instance, when people hear producer, we'll get in past the boring stuff quick, and then we'll talk about the fun stuff. Because when they say meteorologist, that's boring. Like, here's what we do.
Yeah.
What does a producer do?
Writes the show. So they pick what goes in the show, what order it's in, who says what they say, what the show looks like.
But you're not just the producer. You're the executive producer.
Yeah. So I oversee
Yeah.
all of that.
Basically
and then,
the boss.
Yeah, and then in the morning, Michaela is a big part of my job as well. What Michaela does, what her scripts say, where she's going to be live. So yeah, I talk to Michaela every day. I call her every day on my way home. We figure all that out. But yeah, I would say that's right now. It's a little different.
Because we're a little short-staffed.
We're a little short-staffed. So my schedule's been, and my job's been a little different than normal because I'm also producing and the EP right now.
Executive producing,
Yeah.
Doing it all.
He's going to keep
trying
reminding
to.
you.
I know.
What time do you normally come in?
As EP, 2:30 a.m. Lately, 11 p.m.
But you're rolling out of here. Well, not you, because you tend to stick around.
I do stick around.
Yeah.
This morning I came in a little late because I knew I'd be sitting here.
Yeah.
In the hot seat.
In the hot, I'm blushing. I feel it.
Yeah. We all see it. We all see it.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, I came in a little late today, but I do stay kind of late.
I like to call Anya our life support. Like, when crap hits the fan,
Yeah. You need somebody like this
to direct
in your
us.
corner to keep things from going off the rails.
Yeah, 100%. So, Anya started here as a producer, morning show. I don't even know how long ago that was.
3.5.
3.5 years ago. She worked her way up from producer to first job, straight from South Carolina. She worked herself up to that executive producer role, and literally, I think Jamie and I can attest, if we didn't have Anya, I can attest for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's every day of the week.
Yeah.
I'd be like a lost puppy.
Keeps us on our toes and keeps us straight. And great things are on your way.
Oh, thank you.
I see her as future like news director.
Well, she's got to
corporate.
stay here, but
Yeah, you got to stay here, but we're not.
Andrew wants me in that retirement contract.
Yeah, we don't want you going anywhere. At least not till I leave.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically here forever.
So you're here for a while.
I get a text from Andrew about once a month asking if we can both just sign retirement contracts.
I'd be happy with y'all doing that. I'd sign on to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Maybe when we bring our news director on, we can actually get that set.
We'll corner him for that.
Okay,
Suddenly you look really scared. Like, no, I don't want to.
Like, I'm good. I'm
Right over
good.
there.
So some fun stuff about Anya, at least in my book, and I'll let Jamie say it first.
Okay.
She is always down to goof off and have a good time when it's a very lighthearted
Yeah.
Friday show. There's
Yeah.
not any breaking news. Absolutely love that about her. We have a secret text every morning.
Oh.
It is our way to survive. If I don't hear from her by 2 a.m. And she doesn't hear from me by 2 a.m., call. Why? Because that means I have overslept.
Yep.
And she has overslept before, and we've had some stories like that.
Jamie knows.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It happens.
It does.
Especially when you wake up that early.
Yeah, Jamie knows because I had to call him recently.
Recently.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I set my alarm for PM instead of AM.
I've
one
done
morning.
that so
But
many times.
not you weren't working. When I called you to, I thought I had to call you in.
Oh yeah, because Andrew overslept.
Andrew overslept.
And you were calling me.
And
Oh,
then-
so this all turns back to
yeah,
me.
yeah, you're the one who screwed up.
Yeah.
And I was no
then
help
you
because
didn't
I
pick
had
up.
my ringer off, and like I got up in the morning, like 8 o'clock in the morning, and
Yeah,
like
oh, yeah.
15 missed calls. I was like, oh my god, what happened?
And then I went to Bullock.
They got a hold of Emily.
Finally.
Not me.
Yeah.
I called Emily. She was my number 2. And then I called Bullock, and he didn't answer either. And I was like, well,
Yeah. No weather today.
plan
See the
F.
chaos you caused?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you had to produce like another extra 3 minutes? Because
Not
it'd be
it's
more
so
than
much
that.
longer than that. It's so much longer than that.
All because of me not
Yep.
doing my job.
Yep.
I don't even know what I would have done. And we were cutting it kind of close, too. I was getting nervy.
So for Anya, what's been some of your memorable moments here at MBF? And then we'll get into the weather nitty gritty when it comes to producing and all that.
Memorable moments.
What are some of your favorite moments?
Oh. See, I kind of wish I knew what you were going to ask me ahead of time. So now I'm not like... I love hurricane coverage.
Did you think you would love hurricane
No.
coverage?
Well, I understood it a little bit because I'm from the Jersey Shore, so I
Right.
knew what to expect from a hurricane. It wasn't like a tornado that I've never really been through that before. That was very new to me. Our first tornado warning, and I had no idea how that worked in the control room. I had no idea the FCC requirement behind it. But yeah, I like hurricane coverage. Is definitely my favorite. My first one,
What was your first one?
the one that we don't like to say.
ESIS.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was so. That was your first.
That was my
was a
first,
good
and it
little
was
practice.
weird because it was a late night. So we did that morning. We did like the pre, getting ready for it. Then I came in, and I mean, you guys know the producers come in, and as soon as we get damaged, everyone's just like grabbing different photos and videos and starting to write to it, and throwing it in some crazy looking rundown. I had no idea how any of that worked, so I came in, sat at some random desk, and had no idea what I was supposed to be doing, and I didn't want to ask anyone because we're in
it's
the
chaos in
middle
here.
of
Yeah.
we're in the middle, like, the very end of hurricane coverage.
Yeah.
So I like sat here and I waited, but I remember I was so happy when I left that morning after we did like the pre-show because you were happy.
Oh.
I was
And
about
I
to
had
ask that
been-
question.
And I'd been here for like a month
Yeah.
and in the business for a month.
Yeah.
So I remember that.
Oh.
And I was very happy about that. Driving to work, I was terrified. I've never
yeah.
driven through a hurricane.
Right.
I've always evacuated for a hurricane. And then yeah, I mean, since then, there's been a bunch.
Well, it's crazy that that's only been 3 years. Because now you're like a pro
Yeah.
when it comes to hurricane coverage.
But even Ian was my first time in the booth.
Really?
Yeah.
And you killed it. You rocked it.
Like first time in the booth, like
Yeah.
for a prolonged time too.
So
Yeah,
for the
a couple
people who
hours.
don't know the inside baseball terms, in the booth is basically in the control room.
Yes.
And when we're in hurricane coverage, obviously it's all hands on deck, and it's not like your normal newscast where this story goes here and this story goes here and this story goes here and there's a commercial break. You got no commercial breaks. Things are literally changing by the minute.
Flying from the seat of your pants.
You're literally flying
Yeah.
from the seat of your pants.
Yeah.
But you still have to have some sort of a rundown, which is sort of how we organize our newscasts. You
Right.
still have to have a rundown even during hurricane coverage to make sure that the cameras are where they need to be and
Yeah.
anchors
so
are where they need to be.
Kind of. It was different too with Ian because it was also our first time in this control room and on this new automated system that we have now. So Sarah and I had to figure that out, our director Sarah, how the heck we were going to do that. And I think the day before we kind of talked about it and we tested a few things out, but then we got in there and quickly figured out this was not the way to go. And we're just going to have to kind of punch things in as soon as we know. That was also my first experience too, because I had done tornado coverage with you guys a couple times. Even, the tropical storm?
Elsa.
So I was thinking, okay, Elsa.
That was one of my memorable moments with you.
I let you go for Elsa. You know what I mean? For several minutes at a time, and then we kind of jumped around a little bit there. Still no rundown, but we were able to go to the anchors and the reporters and stuff a little less often than I was anticipating with Ian, because we got to Ian, and I remember somebody ran in the booth and said, they need a break.
Because we were talking a lot. I remember in the beginning of Ian.
Yeah. You probably almost 10 minutes, I would say. They need a break. And we also had a whole lot of new reporters for Ian.
Yeah.
So they weren't totally sure what they were into yet either. And I was like, I don't have any reporters to go to right now. So I think I went to one of the anchors and said, start talking.
Yeah.
Until I hear otherwise.
This is
But
all
that
like,
was crazy for me too.
It's all like one big puzzle for a hurricane.
It is.
Like the reporters have a job of staying up so we can see their shots. If it gets really windy or rainy, that's when people like Anya say, all right, I'm going to go to you next. And they're talking to us in our ear, sometimes while you and I are talking, or Robert's talking, or Matt's talking, and basically driving the vehicle. All right, Jamie, you're going to toss to so-and-so.
Yeah.
All right, Michaela, I'm going to send you, and you're going to, and it's just, I don't know how you all do it. Because let alone, it's hard for us to just focus on what we have to do.
Yeah.
Let alone, like, you're looking at all these screens and saying, okay, we're going there next, then I think we're going to go here. And
The control room is a scary place on a quiet day for me, because I don't understand anything about behind the scenes
Me either.
business. What happens in that behind the scenes, I don't know. I don't want to know. But to walk back in there, which every once in a while I'll get to do during hurricane coverage, it's terrifying. Everybody's in there.
Yeah.
People are standing up.
Yeah, we have to kick people out
on
sometimes
phones,
too. Like it gets too loud.
Yeah, there's so much going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
do
crazy.
like talking to you guys though, getting in your ear
yeah.
when you're in the middle of something, because you're both very good at listening to yourself and listening to me, which I think is cool.
Well, it's nice too because you
couldn't
also
do
have a
both.
very calming presence when you're talking to us, like in our ear, and when we're doing coverage. You know, we have our little earpiece on. It's nice to have that calming presence. Okay, now we're going to go to here. Now we're going to do this. And
Yeah.
that keeps us calm because, surprise, I can get a little high strung.
I can too.
We can both get a little
I
high
can
strung
too.
during hurricane coverage.
Yeah. No, I definitely I can too. But I think you guys are good at hearing me and hearing what you're saying. Like I remember with power outages, I was like, I don't know how he just repeated that.
Yeah, sometimes
You know?
it's a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
We made a rule with Anya, especially when I think, and you can attest to this, once I heard how calm Anya's demeanor was in the booth, we made a call ever since Elsa. Like, from now on, if you think we need it, do it. And
Yeah.
you tell me what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, we have a heavy rain coming in the morning show. I'll just see boxes up here with me.
Yeah.
Sky cams, and she's like, all right, I'm through up tower. Here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Radar them. Like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
it makes it so much easier for
It
us
does.
not to have to worry about
To have somebody that you can trust and who knows what looks good, and can just make it all come together without having and allowing us to be able to focus on what we need to focus on.
it. Yeah, for
I
sure.
love it.
Anya, we said that Jamie could be a little high strung. You know I can be too.
Me too.
This is where you get to have a little fun with us.
Okay.
Do you remember the first time you encountered, like, Jamie or I upset about coverage?
Let's talk about us.
Yeah. Tell some embarrassing stories.
You guys upset? Not with me.
Okay.
I mean, you've told me
Sometimes.
in other situations. No, not really.
Okay.
Not really.
And that's a good thing.
That is good.
Because I mean, yeah,
You got a clean track record.
for now.
I have a little bit of a reputation, having been here for 15 years and having gone through a lot of hurricanes.
Yeah.
Some of them, the coverage I felt has been great. Others, I felt the coverage has not been good. Sometimes I lose my temper.
I know.
It's kind of a tradition to lose my temper during a hurricane.
Yeah. I think you've been good for the past couple of years.
I have.
Yeah. I remember Ian started off a little rocky, but once my time was up in the booth and that couple of hours had gone by and I finally stood up for the first time, I was not happy. And then I ran into you by the kitchen and you were very happy and I calmed myself down.
Well, because you see it from such totally different
Oh, yeah.
perspectives.
Yeah.
You know, you're seeing it from behind the scenes where it's just chaos and madness. And while we're up there kind of doing it, but also I think we probably have a little bit more of a chance to kind of take a step back and see how it looks. And I think I remember saying at the end of our Hurricane Ian coverage, that was the first hurricane that I didn't lose my temper and yell at somebody.
Yeah.
And I don't want everybody to hate me and
You
think
don't.
I'm a
No,
jerk.
no. But this is like the one thing a year.
We have certain standards,
Right.
and I think if we're going to do a hurricane, let's do a hurricane.
No,
let's do it right.
I'm on the
Let's
same
do it the
page.
good way.
Yeah.
And that's part of my fault because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and I want everything to look fantastic. And if it doesn't,
Right.
you know,
Yeah, I agree.
I get a little testy.
I agree completely.
But it's needed.
but sometimes you got to do it.
Yeah, I remember you saying that because that was at the point where I took my nap and then came back to do the next morning. I was here for that. Yeah, that was a long week.
Yeah, they're long and exhausting.
Producer's a tough job, and I usually ask this. I think for Darion and Lauren, and I'll ask it for you. For people that are graduating college or getting into the business, Anya. What do they need to know? What do you recommend?
If you're applying for a producing job, but this really goes for anything, watch the newscasts of the station you are applying to. Please, because I'm going to ask you about it. And a lot of the times I can either tell that they haven't watched or they come out and just say, which I would prefer you just tell me I have not watched yet. Watch, see what you're getting into.
Which blows my mind.
Right.
That people can come in for an interview having never watched.
Right.
Or don't even
Yeah.
know anyone on air.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I remember it might have been the night before my first interview with WMBF, but I remember I watched.
I don't even remember your
I
interview.
set my alarm to the morning show. I knew it was a morning job, and I remember watching you do the forecast. I don't remember meeting you in person because
No, I don't
it was
either.
such a crazy time, and not a lot of people were even in the building. But I remember watching.
Yeah, I don't remember
That's
that.
crazy to me.
I don't remember a lot
Watch,
these days.
see what you're getting into. See what the station's like. See what the newscast is like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talk about people that I got you on a tangent last week or 2 weeks ago about people coming in and doing the work and putting forth the effort.
This is the one.
Prime example.
This is the one. This is how you do it. You come in, you take charge, you do it, you kick butt.
And you don't complain.
Yeah. At least not out
I
loud.
was gonna
No.
say.
You can
At least
complain.
not out loud.
Yeah.
And go home and complain over a glass of wine and call it a day.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Yeah. Or in texts to Andrew.
Yeah. Because every job's going to have issues, and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
it is what it is, you know?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. To all the future, if there are any, watching,
We probably got a couple.
this one right here. This one right. This is the example of how to do it and how to do it right and make the most of it and excelling quickly in your, young 3 years in the business.
Yeah.
She's just a baby.
3.5.
She's a baby.
Yeah. No, it's flown by.
Yeah.
I remember when I was 3.5 in the business. A long time ago.
Not me.
What's something that Jamie and I do that irks you?
I knew you were gonna ask me
I
this.
like this.
Because we do stuff that irks us, but I'd love to hear from a
Yeah.
producer perspective. Something we say, something we do.
Misspellings on weather graphics.
That's me. That was directed right at me. That was right at me.
That does irk me.
Yeah.
What's bad is I'll even look at it and still run it, and I miss it. Today in Florence, I had 886 degrees.
See, I don't miss numbers.
Florence
I miss little letters here and there.
Yeah.
Lauren is currently stalking the podcast.
She said she's ready to listen.
Just waving and just standing behind the camera.
It's like a proud mom over there.
Yeah.
Misspellings on weather graphics.
Misspellings.
And I'm the worst, and it's not that I know how to spell.
Oh, no, I know.
I'm just quick.
Yeah.
We have a WMBF spelling bee.
Yeah. That's one.
Yeah. What else?
You can
Tell
just
us more.
unload your laundry list here.
Yeah, tell us more.
I'm trying to think.
This can be cathartic for you.
Yeah.
Andrew teases me a lot.
Yeah.
But it's like all in good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today, right before we started, he said, "Are you gonna wear that jacket?"
Wow.
Yeah, just curious.
That's fun.
Um,
And you still
sometimes
went with it.
yeah, I did.
Confidence.
I'm always cold in here.
Yeah.
Sometimes, most of what I do is writing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like grammar.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes if you guys say something grammatically incorrect
If we say something
on
grammatically.
air, yeah,
Do we do that?
sometimes.
Like how?
I'm a
probably
stickler
directed to
for it,
me.
though. No, you both do. But,
Oh.
I have like, I don't know, a third sense for it.
Do you know one
Really?
like on?
Yeah, is there something that we repeat that we need to work on?
No, nothing super bad.
Nice.
Things that people say every day,
Nice.
right?
Well, because we're conversational.
Right. But just that. I mean, again, I don't have a whole lot of.
She's
Yeah, this
straight
is
up coming
this is
for
so
us.
bad.
Wait, don't we get mad out here?
I thought you guys were.
No, I,
I thought
love
that
it.
was
Keep
gonna
it
be like a
coming.
good one, like a
Keep it
not
coming.
bad
What
one.
else? Do you have examples of how grammatically incorrect we are? We can't spell. We can't speak.
Or you should, if you hear one, let us know and
yeah,
we'll
start
read
writing them
them.
down.
Then we'll make that a segment. It'll be
I'll
a
give
follow
you an
up.
example later.
I know the one. I know for a fact there's one that I mess up.
Okay, it's not that bad then. He has his own example.
Well, I mean, we all do.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But I like to hear it from
I
you.
feel bad.
You know, we'll come back to your pet
Okay.
peeves about us and how much you
No, that's
apparently
it.
hate
That's
us.
all I have. Yeah.
I need a new EP.
Further versus farther.
Oh, I do that.
Yes, that's one of them.
There's an English teacher
Yeah.
that sends me a message.
On Facebook?
I had.
Yes.
This is why I had a crazy middle school English teacher, who now I'm very thankful for. But this is why.
I still can't remember. I will honestly get tripped up on the air by saying one of those, trying to remember which one I need to say. So correct it for me.
Farther is distance.
What is further?
Further, if you were talking about like further in time.
So farther is like physical distance.
Mm-hmm.
Further is. Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
I have. There we go. Look, I'm all, I have a teacher that will message me on Facebook across. But I added T to it just because sometimes when I talk fast, across.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's one of mine.
I haven't heard that one yet, but now
You'll
I'll
probably
it'll
hear it.
stick out.
What else?
I just cut the word out altogether.
These aren't like specific to
No,
you
go
two.
ahead.
That's fine.
No, I want to hear
Okay.
about us too.
These are just-
What else? What
don't
else?
know.
What are your pet peeves about Jamie and Andrew?
Oh, you know what? You don't do this to me anymore. When I first started working here,
Yeah.
so the producers write weather tosses to you
Yeah.
guys every
Yep.
day. And I used to tell you, okay, Jamie, this is what I'm going to use for my weather toss.
Yeah.
And the one that really would get me was the one right at the end of the show for that final weather at 6. Because I have to wait till the very last minute to write that one. Because I have to choose the sky cam that we use, and I want to see which one looks nice. But you would do the same thing.
I would do the same sky cam.
Well, yes, but you would wait till the very end to choose which one you were going to start with,
Yeah.
just like I would. So I would send you a message and say, here's my toss, and I'm going to use this sky cam. And you would just go, no. And I wouldn't know what you meant, and then you would use the same sky cam. But I was at that point, I was too afraid to ask more questions. Or you would go, no, you're not. I wouldn't know
That
what you
sounds like
and
you.
Sounds about right.
now I completely understand because we're friends. But back then I was too afraid to ask you.
Aw.
So I would just be like, okay, I'm gonna
Okay.
change.
I'm
I changed the
sorry.
whole thing every time
I'm
you would
sorry
say
I
that.
made your life harder.
It's okay. I'm better for it now.
You're good for it now, and apparently everything we do gets on your nerves, so.
See, this is why I didn't want to answer that question.
I'm just interested to see if there's more, and you'll have to think of it if there is.
Yeah, I want you to start writing them down.
And then when we have like a solid list of 10.
Okay.
I
Oh,
know-
there's something that you say. I forget what if it's like it's not a bad idea or something like that, rather than just saying, "Oh, that's a good idea." You say that to me all the
Yeah,
time.
say, "Not a bad idea."
It's like a backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
You're really picky.
Yeah, I say that a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like,
You do.
Not a bad idea. I do say that a lot
yeah,
to you.
you say that a lot, and I'm like, well, is it? It makes me question myself.
I'll think about that next time.
I feel like these aren't.
They're not terrible. It just kind of shows that, as we've said on this podcast
How intricate.
before, you have to be a little bit crazy to work in the television
Yeah.
business. Prime example. Like, to be
It's how my brain works.
that minute. But that's how we all are.
Yeah, I mean, at least there's not anything like.
Yeah, that's how I am about which sky cam I want for final weather. You know.
Now watch, we're going to end this, and she's like, oh my gosh, I remember all
Yeah,
these.
she's gonna remember all of it. Yeah.
And that's what we're going to say. Write it down.
Yeah.
I have a little fun segment for us.
Oh.
There's another piece of paper in here, Jamie.
Wow.
Happy fall, y'all.
Happy fall, y'all.
Let's do this with Anya. We can argue and judge her. This or that. We'll bring it back.
I love this or that.
I know, we haven't done it in a while. This or that.
I know.
Apple cider or hot cocoa?
Apple cider.
Apple cider.
Apple cider. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee. Pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie?
Sweet potato.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Ooh,
I've never
outnumbered.
had sweet potato pie.
We'll have to make one. I almost made one last weekend. Maybe I'll do it this weekend since it's going to be nice and cool.
Ooh, that'd be
Yeah.
good. I'll expect
Yeah.
some.
Yeah.
Black Friday or Cyber Monday?
Black Friday.
Agreed.
Love getting out shopping.
Same. I am
I
part of the
love it.
craziness.
I would say Cyber Monday because I don't really partake in either. I usually have
That's
to work.
a shame on you.
mean-
I miss the
Usually
good old
here.
days of
Yeah.
Black
Me
Friday.
too. Fist fights.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Yeah, I did it last year, and it was like me and 4 other old ladies in line at Belk.
At
Like,
Belk?
Yeah, Belk. Yeah.
We took
like I
Brooks
miss it
out
where
for
you're
Black
like
Friday.
waiting for 4 hours.
Yes.
And it's a mad rush, and the doors are just people are just flying in. I was like, this is it.
Or you would go to a store before Thanksgiving dinner, like early.
No,
6
I have a
p.m.
strict no Thanksgiving. No, I gotta wait till
Wow.
after midnight.
All
No
right.
Thanksgiving
Yeah,
shopping.
no.
Gonna
That's
cancel
usually,
that then.
Those
Yeah.
are usually the 2 holidays I volunteer for.
Oh, that's my favorite holidays, Black Friday and Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that I usually am here though.
It's a shame. You should
We're
really
actually
plan
here
out.
together because he's always off on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So I'll see
Yeah,
you this
yeah,
Thanksgiving. Aw.
I'm sure.
You should plan to go Black Friday shopping. Super chili.
Chili is soup.
No, it is not.
What kind of soup?
I don't know. I'm saying chili all day, every day.
I'd say both. I love soup, but I made chili last
I'm
week.
kind of like both too. Like if
Yeah.
you're giving me an option
Mm.
between like a good homemade chili or a really good homemade French onion soup or something, I'm going with the soup.
Oh, that's not
Dana and
me.
I made French onion last year, and I cannot wait to make
Like
it
from
again.
scratch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It got into
Jamie
like
doesn't know I cook.
I did.
We'll see.
You cook?
taste test.
Okay.
My dad's a cook.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
Sweaters or flannels?
Sweaters all day,
Sweaters.
every day.
I used to be flannels, but sweaters.
I was shopping for sweaters last night while I was waiting on the 11 o'clock news. Yeah.
Get ready for Casual
Yeah,
Friday.
Oh, yes.
Pumpkin patch or apple orchard?
Pumpkin patch.
Apple orchard.
I would say now that we have Brooks, probably pumpkin patch, but typically apple
Oh,
orchard
yeah.
for me. Halloween or Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving all day.
Both.
Both.
Such
I'm a big
basic
fan of
answer.
Both. No, I love Halloween.
I can't wait for Halloween.
Love Halloween.
Pumpkin spice or cinnamon?
Cinnamon.
Pumpkin spice.
It's much more. Cinnamon's more universal.
Yes,
Smells
I
good.
agree.
And also a big component of pumpkin spice.
yeah.
It is true.
Yeah.
Fair.
But good try.
Watch a movie or read a book?
I'd like to say read a book.
Me too.
I would too,
I
but-
was doing so good.
No.
And then February came along.
Yeah.
No.
That movie for me.
And even a movie I can't do.
I don't have the
I fall
attention span.
asleep. I'm like, oh, I could be doing this. I could be sitting outside. So no.
Oh, I love a movie.
Hayride or corn maze?
Hayride.
I don't know.
Let's say hayride.
I want like haunted house.
Love a good haunted house. We should all do one.
We should.
Scary
That'd be
movie
fun.
or haunted house?
Oh, haunted house.
Haunted house.
I don't like
I
scary
love
movies.
being scared.
I hate
love
being
to be
scared.
scared.
I don't
love
hate
it.
it.
I like work myself up in a haunted house. If you ever want to see me like scream like a little girl, take me into a haunted house. I scream, I fall. It's incredible.
I
Is there
say
a good
words I should not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's plenty
there
of good
good ones
Yeah,
here?
yeah, we'll have to
Okay.
go.
Yeah, we should go.
We should
No.
all go.
There's no
Happy
way.
hour first.
Yeah, we'll do happy hour,
Okay.
then we'll do a haunted
There's no way.
house, and we'll record it and show it on the podcast. That'll be fun.
You're gonna have to bleep.
Yeah, we can we can wear a GoPro. That would be so
That would
fun.
be so bad.
Get the whole crew together. Let's do it.
Terrified.
Like
Apparently, there's one up in Nakina, just across the border,
Oh, okay.
that you have to like sign a waiver.
Okay, I can't do
No,
that much.
I need basic, like little
No, I
kid
want to
level.
sign. I want to
can't
sign a waiver.
I don't.
Yeah.
Where they
See,
can
that-
touch you and all? No.
Yeah, where they can like grab your ankles and
No.
stuff. Oh, absolutely, yes.
That's
I always liked,
terrible.
I will cry. I'll be so
I
scared.
can't do it. I'm
But
freaking
love
out
it.
about it right now.
Have you ever done the Six Flags kind of a thing?
I did that
I
in
used to do
Kentucky.
Stairwinds.
Awful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have Six Flags where I'm from, and I remember that was my first experience of like scary adrenaline rush, and I couldn't go back for like 2
You
years.
can go over here to the Wax Museum's little haunted thing, and I would still scream like a girl. I'm serious.
Oh, we're doing it.
Yeah, I'm
We're doing
bad.
it. We're doing it.
No waivers though.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm doing
It's
it.
too much.
chocolate candy or gummy candy?
Chocolate. All day
Chocolate.
long. I hate anything
Chocolate,
gummy or
yeah.
sour.
Apple pie or pecan pie?
Apple.
I said pecan, not pecan.
First of all, it's pecan,
It's pecan.
but chocolate.
Thanksgiving turkey or baked ham?
Turkey.
Wait, did you say apple?
Yeah, he said chocolate.
Chocolate.
No, chocolate. Did I say chocolate or
Yeah,
apple?
Apple, you meant.
I'll
I
eat
just almost like, wait a second, chocolate.
I'm not turning
I
any
was
of
like-
them down.
I mean, neither. They all
Yeah.
sound good. That was funny.
Carved pumpkin or paint pumpkin?
Carved. Absolutely.
Paint is basic.
Yeah.
Trick or treat?
Yes.
My heart rate is up thinking about. Let me pull up Matt Stanley and look. It says it's only at 68, but there's no way it's at 68.
Yeah, we're gonna
Thinking
get it
about
up. I'm gonna have to look.
awful.
There was a haunted house that I went to last year up by Aner,
Okay.
and like a lot of them, they're like so quick, like you're through them in like 10 minutes, but you wait in line for an hour and a half. This
Yeah.
thing took 45 minutes to get through.
No.
45 minutes. You had little breaks in there, but you like went through the haunted woods, then you went through this little house, and then you end up in a corn maze. And near the end of the corn maze, the one that really got me is in the middle of the corn maze, you walk into an abandoned school bus in the middle of a cornfield, and you go in the school bus like you normally would. So you're in the bus, and as you're going to work your way towards the back of the bus, scary, creepy death clowns start dropping in from the holes in the top of the bus.
Scary,
I
creepy
can't.
death plans.
I can't do this. I am having a panic attack.
That's where I fell, because I was so scared, but also laughing at the same time, because I
Why
kind
are
of
you
laugh when I
laughing?
get scared. I scare myself so much that I laugh, and the people I was with were laughing at me, and I fell, and there's death clowns, and it was crazy. So yeah, we should do that one.
There's no
That's
way.
a,
should
I
do that
mean,
one.
that's a long time.
Yeah.
I want nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No, we're gonna do it.
We could do.
Oh my
I'm gonna plan a night.
My best
Anything
friend's
else?
dad growing up used to build a maze through their driveway and backyard and just
love it.
not charge anyone.
Yeah.
And it was open for like 2 nights.
I love people
He
who
would
are just
take months
crazy
to
about
do it.
Halloween and scary stuff
Yeah,
like that.
and then he would make us all dress up and
Yeah.
scary and,
That's wonderful.
and do that. And I forgot about that until right now. Oh my god. But 45 minutes.
45
That's
minutes.
way too long.
Here's a fun story, and this is where you get a little bit more than you get outside of Are You Serious? My first date with my ex-wife was playing a married couple at the end of a haunted house who got chopped to death. And then after we got chopped to death, then the chainsaw guy comes out and chases everybody out. That was probably an omen. That's why she's my ex-wife, but
I have questions about chopped to death. How did that work?
It was we were sitting there on the couch, like watching TV, and everybody, and so the people who were in the haunted house came through and thought it was over. And then, like, somebody jumped up from behind the couch and started axing us, and we had, like, little blood, gut stuff all over us that would show up. And then the chainsaw guy would come.
I hate everything about this conversation.
Yeah.
What do you think we shoot the breeze? Lighten
I like
this up
it.
a little.
I like it.
Also, big shout out.
I know, right? This was so sweet.
I don't know if we can go to the other camera here, but Rose sent us a question. So she sent us not a question. She sent us like 15. I did pull one out because it's next week's topic. So we're going to throw these in here. Anya, our tradition is the guests have to answer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Out of my box.
Oh, yeah. Anya painted this, by the way. Anya does basically, like we said, everything for us. Jamie, I'll let you pull first.
Oh, I get to go first?
Yep. Also, we got 8 new questions. Thank you all.
Oh, this is Joey Cameron on YouTube. Is there a chance we could see some of the same guests on the podcast later down the road? Yeah.
I think so.
Especially if they're good.
Anya's the balls, Anya. What do you think? You're the one that runs the show.
Jenna's been on twice.
Who?
Jenna.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Jenna's been on twice.
Yeah, I know one that people went back for sure is Lauren.
Yeah. I think Lauren for sure.
I think we would have to do something fun, like a taste test with her or something.
Yeah.
I think
Get
we
a
should.
restaurant.
We could do that.
Fun.
Or also, I think we should do the haunted house.
Yeah. I want to hear more from Lauren too about covering hurricanes.
She did a little bit.
She did a little
She's
bit.
much more fun to talk about.
I know.
Cocktails.
But
and
remember, she
drinking
showed us the pictures of like her jacket getting ripped and.
Yeah, big deal.
Okay, well, the meteorologist.
Cheap jacket.
Oh, thank you, Joey. I know Joey wanted to see Will back as well.
Yeah. We'll have to get Will back.
Also, I laughed
yeah.
because YouTube, I guess this person doesn't have a name, but it's user QE5EF. How did Hurricane Hugo compare to Hazel, Anya?
Yeah.
Hugo and Hazel.
Yeah. You should
Well,
know this since you've produced
I
all
know.
our hurricane
5489.
specials. Wow.
I've produced all the hurricane specials. Hugo redid our evacuation routes.
Uh-huh.
I can like see the damage video in my head.
Yep.
Both wiped out the coast, of course. Hazel is when we rebuilt like downtown Myrtle Beach into hotels and all of that. Yeah.
Wow. Impressive.
It is impressive.
I have to like store this in my head every year, and then come April,
And start pulling it out
And
for
then
the
just
hurricane. Yeah.
Spit it out and type.
spit it out. Yeah.
So yeah, pretty close. Hazel technically was a little stronger than Hugo. We're coming up on the Hazel anniversary.
Yeah.
October 15th, 1954. I use that date as kind of the end of our hurricane season. Technically, the hurricane season goes through November 30th.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if we can get through October 15th,
Yeah.
That's
we're
interesting.
good.
Okay.
We're good.
He said that since I've been here, too.
Yeah.
I remember you always
Yeah,
said.
there's been one hurricane that hit after Hazel, and that was in 1899
Yeah.
on Halloween.
Okay. Oh wow.
That'd be spooky.
Yeah. Yeah, right?
Spooky.
Can you imagine covering a hurricane on Halloween?
No, because I want to be at your house.
I know.
Jamie throws great Halloween parties.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Also, if you want to know more about Hugo, we did a whole Hugo episode, which is probably where that
Yeah.
question came from. But
Yeah.
look at you with the dates. You
Yeah.
could have just said basic stuff, but to remember the
Well,
years.
yeah, I mean,
It's
The most
impressive.
important
I know
thing to
the
remember
news side.
about Hazel is it was the last major
Yes.
hurricane, Category 3 or stronger, to make landfall in Horry County.
Right.
Horry County.
How overdue are we?
Like 34 years. Yep.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
Feels
Yeah.
good, right?
Yeah.
You go ahead, boss man.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch in
Let's get a
there.
weather question. Forecasting one or something.
Can you tell us about the time weather ruined your plans so many times?
So many times.
So many times.
It almost ruined my wedding.
Really?
Yeah, about an hour before our ceremony, I hear Andrew, and I hear Emily from the distance. And I look out the window, because I was, at that point, just chilling, relaxing, and probably nervous as heck. And it's pouring. Pouring. And the wedding planner runs in and says, Andrew, Emily's freaking out. Mm-hmm. What's the latest? Like, seats already out outside. It's in a farm and outside of a barn. And I'm like, all right, let me look. So I remember pulling up radar scope, looking, and about 30 minutes before the ceremony, it ended.
Nice.
Got up to 90 again, like 88. This is October.
Yeah.
And it was so humid for
that
the rest
terrible.
of the night, but we were dry. So that's one of my stories.
I've had a lot.
It happens.
I've had vacations ruined. I've had vacations cut short.
Yep.
I no longer plan vacations from August through October 15th just because of hurricane season. I've had too many that I've had to cancel. I had weather screw up my vacation last year, my winter vacation.
Oh, yeah.
I changed my flight to try to beat a blizzard. And because of the impending blizzard, the flight got delayed. So instead of arriving the day before, this blizzard hit Montana. I ended up arriving in the middle of the blizzard in Montana, down a dark, scary, wind-swept, snowy road in the middle of Yellowstone National Park at 3 a.m.
I forgot about this.
Never been so scared in my life. Even when death clowns are falling out of buses at me.
I think I would still be more scared with the death clouds. Honey, what about you?
It rains every single year on my birthday.
Okay.
That's probably the.
That's good luck, though, right?
Yeah,
it
that's
is
good
good.
luck.
It is good luck, but my parents quickly learned when we were younger, we have to stop planning their birthday parties outside.
Yeah.
But that's probably the biggest. No vacation or anything. So.
That's a good question. Who was that from? Do you know?
Daniel.
This is
Scared.
good. They say no two snowflakes are alike. Is that the same for raindrops? Do raindrops have a shape?
I don't know. I don't know.
Take a stab at it, Anya. There's a term
Oh.
that we can look up, probably in that glossary of meteorology. But
Should I start looking?
no, yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's a small little book. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be able to find it by the end of this podcast.
I don't know. I assume they have different shapes.
Yeah.
It's not.
Different shapes, different sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's start with
Yeah.
the shape of a raindrop, though, because it is not a teardrop
Why not?
raindrop shape. That is not what it is.
What is it?
Right? It's
The internet has lied to us this entire time.
yeah,
Yeah.
Shocker.
yeah. It's almost like a donut, especially the bigger drops. It's almost like a donut. There's not a complete hole in the middle, but it's more of a round disc that has a little indention in it. So think of a donut, but with the hole almost filled up.
Who knew?
Yeah, that's the shape
And
of a
different
raindrop.
sizes because of the effect that you would find in that glossary called, make sure I say this right, collision coalescence.
Collision coalescence. Yeah.
So basically, as raindrops are in a cloud, bigger the cloud, sometimes the bigger the drops. Not always the case. These raindrops are in there just bouncing around, and they're colliding or they're attaching to each other.
They're
Okay.
either colliding or coalescing. Collision coalescence.
And that's where the term comes from,
Yeah.
to where eventually we get the production of rain. So
There are entire mathematical formulas, I'm sure, that are in that book.
to determine sizes of
Yeah,
raindrops.
about collision coalescence.
Wow.
Yeah, and the type of environment that you have also greatly determines your size of raindrops, and one of my favorite things, the density of raindrops. So you think about when we have a tropical storm or a
Right.
hurricane, the rain is totally different. You've probably noticed this if you think about
Yeah.
it. The rain in a tropical storm or hurricane is totally different than the rain that you get from a normal
Right.
summer thunderstorm. The drops are smaller. You don't
I was going to
get
say with the wind, I feel
yeah,
like
you
that.
don't get big fat raindrops in hurricanes. You get very small raindrops, but they're very dense. You have many more of them.
Same thing with snow
Yeah,
back in your home. So, like
Yeah.
where I came
My home
from,
state.
we focused on snow ratios. The density of water in the air for snow, really cold temperatures. The typical snow ratio, and what that means is the equivalent for water. Like 1 inch of water typically is 10 inches of snow. However, you get in some of those really cold atmospheres, you can get it up. I've seen it as high as like 25 to 1. So 1 inch of water is 25 inches of snow. So think about like 1 inch of rain in the summer.
Right.
Take that to winter in a really cold environment that's conducive to that, and you could have 25 inches of snow in those big. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And there's mathematical equations for that too. But
oh, that's fun. Raindrops.
really good question.
Raindrops.
I'm glad you said the
It's so
size, too.
basic.
It
Raindrops.
is basic.
Yeah, but I love it.
Yeah.
But something people don't really think about. It's not. Yeah.
The shape.
Not the teardrop. Not the teardrop shape.
We've been
Let's
lied
do one more because we're at 50 minutes now. Look at us go.
All right.
to. It's a long one.
Mm-hmm.
We all hear partly sunny, mostly cloudy, chance of rain, but what are some of the not so familiar weather terms? I've got a lot.
Yeah, me too. Go ahead and tell us, Anya.
Read
What
the
are some weather terms that Jamie and I don't allow? That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Ooh.
See how many you can name.
Don't allow.
What is not allowed to be said in WMBF news?
There's certain terms for snow,
Which is
white stuff.
because I
Can't
think it's
say.
stupid.
It is stupid. Twister.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not a big fan
Hate
of Twister.
Yeah.
I don't, and now you rubbed off on me. I don't like it either. If I see
Drives
it in
me
a script,
crazy.
I take it
It's
out.
Tornado.
Yeah, so just call it what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we're always looking for different ways to say things, but
Yeah. Sometimes you got to keep it
that
simple.
drives me nuts. What else? See, I don't like not being ready for it because now I feel like we're sitting here
right.
like watching me think.
Do you play the
yeah,
Jeopardy
right.
music?
Yeah. There's a whole. I don't know.
Bomb cyclone.
Bomb cyclone.
Oh my
hate it.
gosh! All the different
Oh, God.
anti-tropical, subtropical. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
none of that.
Post-tropical or potential tropical cyclone.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I
none of
Yeah, give us some weather terms,
I have
Jamie.
mine are more funny. Like there's sort of phrases
For this?
that I use to describe weather.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That are, because kind of the
I'm
same
thinking of,
thing.
like,
Partly
voice lines.
sunny, mostly sunny, chance of rain. What are some of the not so familiar weather terms? All of them. Bomb cyclone, yeah. Post tropical, extra tropical,
Well, what about for like every day?
every day.
Millibar.
Yeah, but that's boring.
It is boring.
I say things like last week when it was kind of cloudy a lot. I used one of my favorites that I learned from my mentor, Peekaboo Sunshine.
Oh, that's fun.
Peekaboo Sunshine,
That's
where
cute.
it kind of like pops out for just a second. Sunshine there.
Yeah.
Peekaboo Sunshine. I heard that years and years ago.
I like that one.
The light annoying mist, I call it say it, don't spray it.
Say it, don't spray it. Yeah, yeah.
Just because
When it's
like
doing that and mixed snow, it's called snizzle.
snizzle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard
Yeah.
that before. It's
Yeah.
snizzling outside.
And then I have a bunch of stupid stuff that I say, like, a lot of them I don't say on the air because I don't think they're really appropriate. But like in the summertime, when it's raining like really hard and it's not windy, but it's those giant fat drops and they're just coming straight down. You know what you call that? It's called raining like a cow peeing on a flat rock. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. You can hear it, right?
You say that too.
You can hear it.
Himself.
I'll say it to myself. But like if I'm out with friends or something, the storm comes, man, it's raining like a cow peeing on a flat rock. Yeah. I grew up with stuff like that.
I love it. That's my grandpa to it too.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I will, and that and coming up a cloud. I say it all the time. I would hear
That's silly.
I would hear my granny all the time in the summer. She'd look on, ooh, it's coming up a cloud. It's coming up a cloud. Yeah. Duck drowners, ditch fillers,
Duck drowners.
Yeah, frog stranglers for heavy rain.
Heavy rain.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't. There's certain heavy wind you hate.
Heavy wind because you can't.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay,
I hate
can't,
heavy.
yeah.
I hate
Measure it.
heavy. I
Right.
hate heavy wind and tracking.
Track. I
Yeah,
can't
that's
believe I
that's a
didn't
pet
say
peeve.
tracking.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm kind
Yeah.
of upset with myself. I didn't say that.
Yeah, I had to really
tracking.
lock down on that
Tracking the
because
tropics.
Yeah.
either tracking the tropics or Jamie's. Let's get to check the
Tracking.
weather. Jamie's tracking the radar right now. No, I'm not tracking the radar because it's not moving. It's
Yeah,
saying right there. I may
yeah.
be tracking rain on the radar. Yeah, same thing with the tropics. The tropics don't move.
They don't move. They're always the same.
Yeah,
That's
tracking
good.
a storm in the tropics,
Yeah.
but not tracking the tropics. If we're tracking the tropics, we got big issues.
There
to
was
worry
a
about.
phenomenon there with local news where it was like tracking.
Yeah.
Everything was tracking.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the buzzword for a while, and I hated it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I remember. Yeah.
Well, we should probably wrap this up, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Anya is basically the brains of this podcast, too, so she goes in along with Sarah. Sarah's the one who's doing all the camera
punching
switching
the
right
buttons,
now.
yeah.
Hey, Sarah. Also, Anya edits everything and puts the videos in there. Makes
yeah.
it
So all the
look
fancy
pretty.
stuff you see when the video pops up or whatever. It's all her.
Sarah and Anya are probably the reason why we got nominated for an award.
Yeah, which fingers
yeah.
crossed on that. That's coming up.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed
Next
on
month.
that. Anything you want to see us do since you're a boss?
Yeah.
For the podcast?
the
Anything fun
podcast?
that I had a recommendation and I don't know.
Okay. I'll give you an
I
answer.
don't know. Someone wanted us to eat, but talk weather, but eat hot wings. And as we go throughout the conversation,
Oh.
they get significantly hotter.
I can't do that. I have a very
Like the Hot
low
Wings
heat
show?
threshold.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, I love the hot. Is that what it's called
Yeah,
on YouTube or
Hot
something?
Ones.
Where
Yeah,
the,
Hot Ones.
Yeah, no. I'm not
Okay,
doing that.
we're gonna pass
Like
that
anything over like teriyaki, and I'm out. Like very low hot threshold for me.
Oh, dear.
Okay, cool. No,
Yeah, I'd be sweating and crying.
any ideas for that you can think of? I think we're gonna bring a photographer on. Mitch is getting back to me about when he was coming.
Yeah.
We have a live show December 7th. I don't know. We still got a little bit. And Matt Stanley, our news director,
Matt
will be
Stanley,
on.
our news director. Yeah,
We'll
he
send
said
him
he was
that
waiting
clip.
till hurricane season's over with.
So October
we
15th.
can. I think we can pretty much stick a fork in it
Yeah.
in hurricane
think so.
season, at least locally for us.
Yeah.
So yeah,
For us?
he's good.
Okay.
And I'm going to line up a night at a haunted house,
Yeah.
and we're going to GoPro it.
I think we need to bring George.
Yeah, yeah, we'll just do a whole big thing with it.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Can you imagine us and Lauren and
It
Darion?
would not be fun at all, but
I think it's going to be like
I am
video
gonna be
only, no
screaming.
audio kind of thing.
Maybe,
would ha- it
yeah,
would
yeah,
have
because
to
it would
be.
probably be bleeped out a
Yeah,
lot.
right. All of it.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be fun. I'm going to take charge of this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
No
but you're
waivers,
in, right?
though. No waivers.
Okay, yeah, we'll do the one up by Ainer with the Death Clowns.
Okay. And like a Saturday?
Yeah.
that one was 45 minutes.
Get your money's worth. If I'm paying $25 to get scared, I want to be scared for a
I
long
don't want to
time.
pay it all to get scared. I can sit this one out and watch.
Yeah, but then afterwards
Post-production.
they have a fire pit and corn mazes and all that
Yeah.
other fall stuff you like.
I'll
You
just
can
meet you there.
Sit and have your little apple cider.
I'll listen
Yeah.
for you in the bus, and
jump
we'll
ahead.
go from there. For real, I'm telling you, I do not do well. I almost passed out in a haunted house. That's a story for another time.
Yeah.
That does it for us on Are You Serious? Episode 26. They'll be doing a haunted house
That's
soon.
embarrassing.
I know, right? I'm telling you, I am a scaredy cat. We'll see you all next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. What are we doing? Wait, what are we doing next week?
What is certified most accurate?
Oh, nice.
Whole episode.
I don't know. We'll see. Probably not.
Yeah, we're going to have to find something a little
Certified
more
most
fun.
yeah.
I don't want to spend a whole episode bragging.
Me either.
About how we're the most accurate.
Yeah, me either. But people want to know how it's graded,
Okay, yeah, we
how
can do
it's
that.
judged.
And then we'll throw in something else.
We'll throw in something else
Yeah.
fun with it.
Yeah.
So, that
So
does
appreciate
it.
it, y'all. Thanks.